folks. We are at the Hutchison Lab, and we are doing our very first social engineering episode. Tonight's episode has to do with dress for success, and we will be interviewing certain particular important individuals here and discussing with them the critical matters that are facing the world and the nation. Stand by as we discuss the issues. Let me introduce to you tonight our moderator. I will be off camera asking questions, and our moderator will make certain that our guests remain civil. And what is your name, sir?
Average Joe.
Thank you for being here, Average Joe. Let's introduce our first guest tonight. And who are you, sir?
Name's Johnny Law. I'm all real and everyone's fancy. I secretly arrest people, make them disappear to protect your freedom.
Thank you, sir. Could you please take a seat? And now our other guest tonight.
Hello, world.
And who are you, ma'am?
KARLA Connection of CNN Broadcast News.
Okay, please take a seat, and we have appropriate beverages here for everyone, and let us begin the show. I will be rotating, asking the questions. I will first ask a question and have Ms. KNIPTION answer first, and then Mr. Law will answer second. And then our second question I will ask, then Johnny Law can answer first, and KARLA KNIPTION second. So please maintain decorum and order. And thank you, Average Joe, for you sitting in and making sure our participants do so. So our first question tonight has to do with the world situation whereby NSA is spying on not just the citizens of the United States, but the entire world. And they've said it's okay because it's a matter of security. I mean, they have to make sure that everyone is following the rules. So, Ms. KNIPTION, what is your response to that?
Total disregard to the Fourth Amendment to the right of privacy. Totally disgusting.
Okay, and let's get the answer from Johnny Law.
Yes, what do you have to hide if you're not doing anything wrong? Only wrongdoers fear exposure. That's why I say, you should do what I say, just don't record me when I'm on duty.
Our next question in tonight's program has to do with smoking. Now,
I sound like God now. Oops, sorry.
Smoking is supposed to be bad for your health. And many people believe that smoking should be totally banned and people not allowed to smoke. What do you think about that? I'll ask the question first to our guest, Johnny Law.
Yes, people need to be protected from themselves. They cannot make decisions about what they eat or what they smoke or what they drink. People need a strong authority figure to tell them what to eat, what to drink, what they can or cannot smoke, and what drugs are good for them to take, what pharmaceuticals they need to take, and they need to be told that, and they shouldn't be allowed to think for themselves.
Thank you, sir. Ms. KNIPTION, what is your response?
What the heck? I'll do whatever I want to do. As long as I'm not harming anybody else. What the hell? I'll smoke my cigarettes, drink my whatever it is. I know, we're committing suicide, but oh well, you gotta go one way or the other. 1,000 years from now, or 100, or what? There's things you can do to help yourself, and I take vitamins. But the government doesn't want you to have vitamins, so what do you do?
Okay, our next question for our group tonight has to do with the recent news of the Japan nuclear disaster being out of control. In fact, it was never under control. And the facts about the Pacific Ocean being contaminated to a great level, and in fact, the entire northern hemisphere, if not the Earth, being poisoned by radiation. So this question first goes to Ms. KNIPTION. What is your reaction to the Japan nuclear crisis and the radiation poisoning?
I think the radiation poisoning from Japan is a big cover-up. It's just part of a bigger problem that's going on.
And what is that problem, Carla?
Greed, money, banksters, gangsters, evil politicians, cover-ups, stupidity. It's a great way to depopulate the earth, that's for sure.
Okay, and our next guest, our guest, Johnny Law, will be answering the question. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, radiation is healthy. Radiation is what we give to our cancer patients to make them better. Also, the cancer rate among children has gone up 10,000% over the last 30 years, and the autism rate has gone from about 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 75, and that has nothing to do with us poisoning your children.
Our next question tonight has to do with GMO foods. Those are genetically modified organisms, and there's much discussion about whether GMOs are good for you or bad for you. First off, we are going to Johnny Law, and Johnny Law is going to give us his response. Go ahead, sir.
GMOs are healthier for you than organic food. GMOs work by killing off the insects and animals who would eat them, thereby creating bumper crops and higher profits. Much more healthy to eat than organic foods.
Okay, and we are looking for the response from KARLA KNIPTION.
GMO foods destroy your DNA and turns on and off different genes in your body. Plus you get also you get no food values from GMO foods because mostly just water and modified DNA and basically you starve to death. If you die from it in time. So that's my opinion on GMO foods.
Our next question tonight has to do with the world issues concerning war in the Mideast that is now escalating into the United States and Syria and Russia and China, and it seems like everybody getting their guns together and ready to pop off World War III. Carla, what is your response to that?
My response to the war is that this is another war with bankers, gangsters, sending off people getting killed overseas again and again and again. I think it's terrible. All through history, it's all about gangsters, bankers, and power freaks. It ain't good.
We're going to look for an answer from our other guest, Johnny Law.
It is our patriotic duty to go to war against countries who have done nothing to harm us. We must stand beside the decision to go to war at any cost. Syria allegedly used chemical weapons to kill their own citizens. We must go in and kill their own citizens. It is our job as Americans to kill people who allegedly kill their own citizens. We should be killing their citizens.
Our next question tonight has to do with what's the best way to spend your life here on Earth. We're told that from the beginning that we go to school and we line up and the bell rings and we go to lunch and then the bell rings and we line up and we go to the classroom and the bell rings and we sit down, and this is so that when we go out into the world we understand how to go to a job and work 40 or 50 or 60 hours a week, and that we get our spouse to do that, we get a mortgage, and we have our children who then go to school and are taught the same thing. And I'd like to know how you feel about that system, Johnny Law.
Our system is wonderful. You go to work, you work hard, and that helps me get my paycheck with your tax dollars.
What is your response, Carla?
Oh, God, man, we've turned into George Orwell's 1984. Yuck! Never, never, never. People should live their lives as free and not slaves to the systems. Yuck, 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 yuck. Terrible.
The last question is going to be concerning dressing for success. And then each of our guests are going to have a final statement, and we will say good night for the evening. Society says you must dress a certain way to be accepted. Men must wear certain clothes and women wear other clothes. And that is the way that we maintain order in this world. Carla, we'd like to have your response to that.
I think people should dress the way they want to dress and express themselves the way they want to express themselves. That's what I feel.
We will ask our other guest his opinion. Johnny Law?
Just look at that kook. How can you listen to anything she has to say? How can you do that? That is man dressed as a woman. I am dressed in a uniform of an officer, of a public official. You should listen to me and never listen to anything that someone like that would say.
Okay. And so now we will do our wrap-up. We will start with Johnny Law, and you can make a final statement tonight.
I wanted to say, please keep consuming your aspartame and your high fructose corn syrup. And I want to make sure you give your children more and more and more vaccines. And remember that nothing is more healthy than GMO and radiation. And always support our troops, even if it means World War III, because we need to attack countries that do nothing to us. We need to kill their citizens. They should not be killing their citizens.
Carla, do you have a final statement?
What happens? It was a fun night tonight anyway. I think everybody should live the way they want to live and don't be so serious. And a thumb up their butt and all that stuff. So live on, have fun, enjoy. I'm off to LA, back to Beverly Hills, doing my stuff with CNN. Bye, bye, bye.
You, Carla, have just violated a secret law. You are a threat to all law and order in our society. I am here to arrest you to defend your freedom.
Vulcan neck pinch. Carla, let's go.
Oh, yeah, let's go, let's go.